discarded titles for the next Harry Potter book.
Harry Potter is thrown in jail for wearing a hood.
Harry Potter and the Wet Dream.
Captain Corelli's mandolin.
Harry Potter and the Mudblood Prince in a Nazi uniform.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Commerce.
Harry Potter does Dallas. Red hot muggle on muggle action.
Harry Potter and the child actor's inevitable mental breakdown.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Abu Ghraib.
Harry Potter and the two other kids who can't act.
The first topic is science and technology. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
I've got a fancy being a wind farmer. No, because I think out of all the farmer jobs, it's got to be the easiest, isn't it? You know, cock crows, oh, wake up, out of bed, check the wind's blowing, yes it is, brilliant, back to bed again. Alternatively, you know, cock crows, out of bed, wind's not blowing, sod all I can do about it, back to bed again. Because they never actually invent what you want them to invent. I am still waiting for a decent alarm clock, yeah? Maybe one that doesn't, in fact, alarm you, right? Maybe one that just nudges you awake, right? Gives you a little cuddle, makes you a cup of tea, a little tickle downstairs, then phones up work, say you can't come in.
Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. OK, the next subject, please. Our next subject is charity. Who wants to come with us? Joshua Whittaker.
Charity work doesn't always go well. I had a situation when I was 10 and my school was raising money for the local church roof, because it's always the church roof. I don't know what the problem is with church roofs. Well, they're spending the money elsewhere. You're going, yeah, well, the roof's ruined, but we've just installed a hot tub, so come and praise the Lord in there, yeah? We all had to do different things, and me and my best friend Thomas decided what we were going to do. We were going to walk the 3 miles to our nearest market town wearing Wellington boots full of custard, right? We thought this would be good. And it would have been good, but for one small issue, which was when preparing the custard for the Wellington boot, my mum didn't think that we might want it served at a lower temperature. And you would serve it on an apple crumble. I tell you now, there are a few things in your life more terrifying than looking at your Wellington boots and seeing them steaming like the entrance to stars in their eyes. I said, I'm not putting my foot in there, that's boiling hot. Mum said, isn't that the challenge? No, that is not the challenge. I don't know if you ever put your foot in a Wellington boot of boiling hot custard. A few of you might have. Well, is it similar to a hot bath? With a hot bath, it goes something like this. It goes, that is too hot. With a Wellington boot of boiling hot custard, more like this. That is too hot. And suctioned on. Like a medieval torture devised by the Chuckle Brothers. Yeah, and this is doubly humiliating, because I've had to go in 3 times to break the skin on the custard.
Thank you very much, Joshua Whittaker. OK, that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what topic you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is education.
One time at school, I lost my thesaurus. Yeah, I couldn't find the words to describe how upset I was. I remember sitting in psychology class, learning about Pavlov, thinking, no stupid dogs. And then the bell went and we all had lunch. I'm sitting at home, this guy knocks on my door. Have you ever considered an alternative energy supplier? I'm like, no, I'm quite happy with food. It's got to be a tough job going around door to door encouraging people to photosynthesize. I can give you the leading cause of anaphylactic shock in a nutshell. I've got the memory of an elephant. I remember one time I went to the zoo and saw an elephant. My nan recently claimed that she once gave a hand job to Albert Einstein. What a stroke of genius. Technically, shoplifting from the Apple store only counts as scrumping. Sex education lessons at our school were pretty weird. The teacher made us shout out rude words to get out of our system, like bum, willy, cocks, and we had to carry on doing that until he came. Thank you.
Thank you very much, young lady. I get points for everything there. Well done. Come on back. This game involves Matt and James, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. The first subject is interviews. Who wants to come in that?
OK.
Matt.
Go for that. It's fascinating watching different politicians and how they deal with interviews. Ed Miliband, when he gets asked a question he doesn't like, will just have this amazing technique where he'll just ask himself a new question and answer that instead. And it really works. He got asked before the election by Nick Robinson. Mr Miliband, you've said you've set a new mansion tax. If you become Prime Minister, but you won't yet tell us at what rate you would set it. And Miliband just went, look, Nick, if you're asking me, have I got a plan for the housing market, then the answer's yes. It's amazing. Farage is one of the best ones at it, because no matter what you ask him, he'll get a political answer in somewhere. You could say, Nigel, what you had for breakfast, mate? And he'd go, tea, toast and the Telegraph, great British breakfast. He always manages to get his messages across. Boris Johnson is fascinating because he just loves avoiding questions, and he uses a twin-track approach of flattery and Latin. And this genuinely works. If he was here now, you could say, Boris, come on, just a minute. You want to be Prime Minister? And he'd go, oh, no, let me just say, great to be here amongst such great learned people on this crucible of culture. Reminds me very much of a phrase my father used to use, divitas, divitum, rectum.
Well done, Matt. Very good. OK, so James is left. Let's see what he's been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is Britain.
I wish I was Mexican. Love everything about... I love Mexican food. My favourite place to eat is a Mexican restaurant called Oaxaca. All you need to know about Oaxaca, everyone steals their spoons. So much so that every January, Oaxaca have a spoon amnesty on. You bring back one of the stolen spoons, and then they reward you with 3 tacos. Genius. Not only do they get their spoons back, they also get to watch while the thieves eat tacos, which I imagine have been interfered with beyond belief. Love Mexican food, love Mexican music. Mariachi music, best music in the world. Top 3 mariachi songs. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3, nothing, because there are no other mariachi songs. Ever been to a mariachi nightclub? It's full of people just going up to the DJ like, hey man, have you got yeah, I'll play it next. How about open your ears, I'm playing it right now. To request that song during the next one. Growing up in school, I was the only kid in my whole school who liked mariachi music. It was a nightmare. I couldn't walk down the corridor without some knob knocking my sombrero off my head, stepping on the back of my poncho on the way in a maths class. Once, a kid wrote Chimichanga Bumboy across my forehead while I was having my post-lunch siesta. He also drew a moustache on my face, but to be fair, that played into my hands.
Bravo, very good. It's close, but for sticking to the topic, James Acaster gets the points. Well done to both of you. Come on back. Our next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, what's going on here?
Is it Murray showing Tim Henman how bath time is different?
Is Andy Murray going to be cryogenically frozen and then brought back when Novak Djokovic has retired?
Sorry, Andy. I know what it is. Andy's from Scotland. They don't get too much sun over there. He's enjoying the reflection of the trophy.
I'm assuming that's the picture he's put on eBay.
He looks like a centaur. He looks like his legs bend backwards in that bath. That must be why he covers the court so quickly. If his legs backwards, you can never love me, my friend.
He always plays on Centaur Court.
Yeah, bravo.
That trophy, you could fit your head inside. Have you toyed with putting your head in the trophy and playing Nightmare?
Oh, my God, amazing.
I haven't, actually, no.
When you get home, you are going to have the time of your life!
Have you put the baby in the trophy? Have you put the baby in the trophy? You've surely put the baby in the trophy.
She doesn't fit.
Oh, it's the baby.
We tried, but...
I'm delighted to hear it. Of course you had it.
I have a difficult... Congratulations, by the way, Mr. That's what you say before you dig into someone. I have difficulty appreciating tennis because every point and every set and everything you do in tennis is in silence and absolute concentration. Right? You know how many goals Jamie Vardy would score if people just shut up before he kicked the ball? No? Yes? No?
I feel you've not been watching Andy, who has a distinctive monologue running. This is not a man who hides his emotions. This is going so badly.
What he does is he invites people...
But now it seems to have turned. Yes, it's turned. Now it's gone badly again. It's turned again. I've lost that point. Jesus, it must be exhausting being Andy Murray.
Shouts at those people in your box that you've invited, and then you just shout at them. Do you know what, mate? Unlucky, but you're about to get a taste of your own medicine. You Scottish... No, I'm not...
I'd love you to come on.
Why are you doing this to me? Why did you make me do this, Mum? Sorry, that wasn't about you. That was just my own problem. Why is there a pineapple on top of the trophy?
Is it a pineapple? Is it a pineapple on top of the trophy?
Yeah, it's a pineapple, yeah.
Is it because he meant to fill it with lilt? Try that tonight, after the baby. Do that.
We keep presuming that they just give you this thing. Presumably the thing is now back in a safe somewhere. Do you get to have it for any period of time?
That was the last time I saw it, actually. Yeah.
Where the hell is it?
You get like a...
Did you turn away and then come back and what? The trophy's because this may not be the place to tell them.
We've told you the trophy has got a no nudity rule. We are taking that away from you.
This trophy has not seen a penis in 127 years. Not now. They took the trophy away. Did they give you a replica of it?
Yeah, a small one, yeah.
Can you fit your head in that one?
What can you fit in that one? No, cut the mic out. You need it. Does anyone wish to answer further questions? Sorry, the lights go down.
What are you meant to be answering?
You were supposed to actually go, what's going on here? I think we've blown the gap. We know what's going on here, right? So anyway.
What's going on here is we're offending the only person that's done anything good in Britain this year.
That is very true. Now we play a round called Stand Up and Joke Off. This game... This game involves Mark, Andy, Frankie and Russell. So if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is a stand-up challenge. Our random news generator contains a bank of topics. We spin the wheel, and when it stops, anyone can step forward and try to make us laugh about the subject it's landed on. The winner is a team. I judge who produced the funniest material. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first topic is airport security. Who wants to come in that? Mark.
Hey, I find it very stressful, the amount of security at the airport these days. All these announcements, ladies and gentlemen, at this time of maximum security, at this time of height. What do they mean, at this time of maximum? When's it going to stop? Ladies and gentlemen, I think they've gone. If you see a mysterious package, shake it! I tell you what I really hate, though, airports, those metal detectors you have to walk through. I went on holiday, well, in fact, I'll tell you, I went to Hong Kong, and I always set the metal detector off. Beep every time, beep, beep, beep. So this time, walk through it, nothing, no beeping. I was so relieved, I went, yes! Which doesn't help. If anything, that weakened my position slightly.
Well done, Mark Watson. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is leisure. Who wants to come in on that? Russell.
I don't quite know how that signifies leisure. How has that old man got her? That's a joke. Anyways, we've got more disposable income now than ever, right? And this is quite an odd story, but my mum recently bought a hot tub. Now, I don't know if anyone else... It's quite exciting when your mum gets hot. She put it at the bottom of the garden, you get quite giddy, and then you're in it, and then you realise you're actually just outside having a bath with your mum. And it's a very... You've got no recollection of how to behave, right? And I've got a slightly lazy eye, so my mum's like, are you looking at my thighs? No! It gets freakier. My dad jumped in, my brother jumped in, my sister jumped in, and two of our family dogs leapt into the pool, right? So we're all on the edge, like really British, terrified, we're all naked. Dogs are just going around like that. Having the time of their life, right? And my mum just chose this moment to embarrass us, just looked up and went, hey, guess what? Well, she wasn't doing a dog impression, that would have been weird, right? She went, guess what everyone in this hot tub's got in common? I don't know, Mum, what? That's a dog hitting me, right? My mum looked up and went, everybody in this hot tub has sucked my tits.
OK, that leaves us with Andy and Frankie. The next topic is... It's Britishness. Who wants to come in? Mr. Parsons.
The photos.
Yes. Britishness. For those of you who require more than just a setup to a joke, there's only two things we like, aren't there? Huh? Moaning and queuing. And why do we like queuing? So as we can have a bloody good moan about it. How long the queue is, how slowly it's moving, and how those rude foreigners have pushed in front of us because they don't have any decent concept of what a good bloody queue looks like.
There you go, Andy Parsons. OK, Frankie, let's see what you've been left with. It's science.
Scientists have just built the world's biggest ever super collider, and they're doing an experiment to find out what makes up protons. I hope that if the experiment's successful, the whole of our reality will dissolve and a big sign will come up that says, Level 2. I always wondered, you know that woman that had the face transplant? See if she gave you a blowjob, would that technically count as a threesome?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think in that round the points go to Russell and Andy. Everyone come back. OK, here we go. What is the first topic? David Blunt. Oh, straight in.
I'm back, and this time it's personnel. when the phone rang, I didn't know whether they'd offered me a job or served me with an antisocial behaviour order. Tony said, "We've got a crisis," and he sent me the figures, and they're the worst figures I've ever felt. Today, I will bring forward daft proposals. Oh, sorry, I'll read that again. Draft proposals. No, right first time.
Well done, Rory. Sit down. Thank you very much. OK, let's have another topic, please. The next topic is transport. Who wants to come in on that? Frankie.
Now, I never travel by Virgin Trains on the principle that it's not a great recommendation if the guy who owns the train network chooses to travel by hot air balloon. What is it with the new toilets on trains? What was wrong with a toilet door that just locked? Now it's like this multiple choice system. So if anything goes wrong, you're going to be sitting there while the whole wall slowly slides away. And you're unveiled like a prize on a quiz show. For 500 points, a shitting woman.
Well done, Frankie. Very good. Frankie, you can sit down. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see, so if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, please. I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, here we go. If you do that in as fucking shambolic a way as possible, that'd be really helpful. Of course, we'll get them to do it all again. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see, so if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, please. I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. If you could manage to do that less sarcastically. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see, so if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, please. Yeah, you got to do it again. Look, walking like you're naturally walking into the position.
It's my normal walk.
Yeah, no,
2 inches that way.
What? I'll give you 2 inches. Now. Thank you, I appreciate it.
OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to hear on a history documentary. Sorry, too soon. Apologies.
Harsh.
My fault. Sorry, do you want to walk back and walk back out again?
Yeah.
My fault.
No,
it's still valid. It's still you. It's still you doing it. No one will step in.
I'll go back
I
a little
promise
bit.
you. Go back all the way. I'm sorry. Itchy trigger finger. I apologise. Oh, now I'm so tempted to do it again.
Yeah, fine.
Very much. Very important that part of my head looks fantastic at all times. That's why I plucked all the hair off, just to make sure that it received all the attention it deserved. Wayne Rooney's a pussy. OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Alan, Hugh and Milton. Wow. OK, can we do that again without you whining like a fucking child, right? Go back there. Christ almighty. Start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Gina, which category would you like?
Entertainment news.
OK, entertainment news. The answer is 50 nights. What is the question?
Is it how long does it take me to successfully build an IKEA wardrobe?
Is it if an MP spent one night in a hotel, how many nights would he claim for?
Is it how much of a start was Stephen Hawking given at this year's London Marathon?
Oh, and so it begins. So it begins.
The show has been going 10 seconds.
How many nights per year does the Queen sneak away to do karaoke? under the alias of Big Mama.
Is it how many late shifts would you have to do at B&Q before you came to dismiss life as a grotesque pantomime?
Is it dogs often go to fetch help when their master is in trouble? How long would you have to be lying dead before your cat gave a shit?
How long has Jackie Smith's husband been sleeping in the conservatory?
Is it how long would it take Nick Park to film a Wallace and Gromit porno?
Is it... I like that, only working at night.
Yeah.
How long did it take Lady Gaga to perfect tucking her penis between her legs?
Is it which themed disco evenings have the most restrictive age policy? 50 nights. No? Is it?
Is it how long before we get the right answer to this one?
I think I've got the right answer.
No, don't do that. I haven't done a funny one yet. Stick around, right? Is it generally speaking what separates 51 days? You don't have to be rude.
Is it the number of nights that Michael Jackson was going to play the O2 Arena?
It is, of course, absolutely. Thank you very much, Dan. OK. Speaking of China, what's going on here?
It's a little bit of fun.
It is exactly what you think it is. Yeah. It is a panda on a rocking chair eating crisps.
Are they really sad because they haven't got a 50p to put in the machine?
It's not actually a panda, is it? It's some bloke who's got pissed on a stag night.
And the other two? Or is that the green one?
The green one's the reason why pandas are endangered. Because that's a male panda sitting on it, but he was given the option of the two panda bitches. He went, no, I'm going to nail this green one.
Because these are pandas from the region of China that was affected by the earthquake. The zoo isn't getting any business at all at the moment because obviously it's not a priority for people. So in order to get some publicity, they've decided to make the pandas eat crisps. It was a brilliant idea.
Why are those pandas in a play park? Well, are they like bad teenage pandas that are spoiling the play park for the little baby pandas? Hey, what flavour are your crisps, man? Your mother! Your mother flavour! Where's Gary? Text him. Let's bash the swings, man.
Are they really sad because they haven't got...
That, as a first effort at whimsy, was great. It was really, really good.
I tried.
You did. I really think you tried with the whimsy. And then
it's just not there. It's just not in my soul. I could see those pandas shot.
Is this the bit that's going to go in?
Yeah. This is a bit that's going into the Christmas special.
There's also...
Happy Christmas, kids. I'd see those pandas shot.
My dad used to work for Qantas. He was cabin crew. And the best thing, my favourite thing I've ever heard, I think, about Christmas is that so every second Christmas as a kid, my dad was away because he was flying. That was the way it worked with Qantas. And this one particular year, he told me that they were flying on Christmas night. And in the middle of the night, the captain, the pilot, called him up and said, listen, in about 5 minutes, I'm going to ask you to turn all the lights up because everyone was asleep. So he went, yeah, all right. He said, don't ask, just do it. So 5 minutes, my dad turned the lights up, everyone woke up, and the captain came on and said, ladies and gentlemen, sorry to wake you in the middle of the night, but we've had a special request on the radar. There's a special person flying around the world tonight who wants to come on board. So if all the kids are awake, he's coming down. And then the pilot just jiggled the joystick. And the plane went, and he went, he just landed. And then out of the cockpit came Santa and did the whole lap of the aeroplane, gave out presents to all the kids, and then went back into the cockpit. And then the captain said, now we have to give him a bit of a run-up, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. And he actually pushed forward on the engines, and all the kids just went
No wonder Qantas planes have got a big hole in them.
That would be an amazing way to hijack a plane, wouldn't it? Just take over the Santa... Yes, Christmas is over! I've got 6 presents for you here!
Trying to bring some Christmas joy!
The next topic is charity. Joe, you go for that?
All this talk of family makes you a bit peckish, doesn't it? It's comic relief, right? Keep asking me if I'll go out to Africa, you know, to sort of comfort people. But how are they going to feel with me getting off the plane? Hello! You're all hungry, are you? I've had a good dinner. And, you know, there are huge problems to be tackled in Africa. I don't know if you know this, but actually in South Africa, you can insure yourself against getting raped, because if you catch the HIV virus, treatment's really expensive. And what's that going to be like? You know, you're walking along, some bloke jumps out from behind a hedge, gets his ghoulies out, and you think, oh, Christ, there goes me no claims bonus there.
Sit down, Joe, please. OK, let's have another topic. Topic is crime. Who's coming in? John.
The most important thing to remember about crime is that any law only makes sense in context. Look at sport. Punching someone repeatedly in the face is lauded in boxing, but is seriously frowned upon in table tennis. Similarly, if you come out of your corner in a boxing round bouncing a little ball on a bat, it's going to be literally seconds before you're staring at some lights. Furthermore, Moses. Now, there's a man who'd be on pretty much anyone's list of top 5 Jews. But think about it. When he led the children out of Israel, he was technically guilty of 3,000 counts of abducting a minor, bush arson, trespassing and abducting the sea. And yet he walks free today. There really is no justice.
Well done, John. Very good. Sit down. Leaving us with 2 contestants. 1 topic we'll give you. Fight it out. Straight battle. What's the last topic this week? Jacques Chirac. Europe, let's say. Hugh, do you want to go first?
Britain isn't getting on very well with France at the moment, and it is partially because the French are a bit snooty. For example, take Concorde. Do you know, in the original version of Concorde, the French had their plane built with the front hinged the other way round, so it could turn its nose up when it landed on the But the kind of European integration we don't, any of us seem to mind, is town twinning. Everybody wants a French, you know, town to twin with. And I didn't know how it happened, actually, until I recently went to Swindon. Met a bloke from Swindon Council who told me that apparently it's very like getting a teenage pen pal, on the basis that Swindon was getting on very well with Monte Carlo until they sent them a photograph and never heard from them again.
Very good. Very good. Well done, Hugh. Give him a round of applause. What? It is a head-to-head. Al, on the topic of Europe?
Well, of course, what's happened here is the French. The French have voted against Europe and now expect us to cough up for it. It's the classic example of the French attitude. They've lost the plot, basically, completely. I mean, these are people with a town called Brest, and none of them think it's funny. In any other country, a melted cheese would be regarded as a f***up, wouldn't it? They're up to something, aren't they? No, they're up. Well, I'm not done yet. Staying over there with their own customs. The point is, I think... I mean, that Eiffel Tower's a tragic waste of Meccano, isn't it? As a result, French boys have nothing to play with except themselves, and that's how it started, isn't it?
Al, thank you very much. Al Murray, give a round of applause. Tough to say, I'm giving it to Hugh, I'm giving it that side. Sit down, both of you. Our next round is called Headliners. Here's a picture of Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, but what does ACIP stand for?
Is it Abdul's Carpets, Irresistible Prices?
Is
Is it another celebrity introduces perfume?
What would be... sorry, stench of desert?
Stench of atomic cloud.
And has he forgotten that he comes from an Islamic country and he's going, Happy Christmas, I'm pissed.
Is it a Columbo impersonator performs?
Am I torturing you? I'm sorry. Am I torturing you? I'm sorry. This is just going to take 5 fingers. I'm sorry.
Mrs. Columbo loved your bombing. Mrs. Columbo actually voted for you.
Is it aliens capture Iranian president and he's there going, phone home?
Oh, nice. I'll give you a clue. The A doesn't stand for Ahmadinejad.
Alan Carr is priceless?
Nor does it stand for Alan. It stands for Ayatollah.
Ayatollah.
Aladdin.
Ayatollah confirmed Iranian president.
Very good. Well done, Hugh. Thank you very much. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Ayatollah confirms Iranian president. This is a story that Ayatollah Khamenei has finally declared Mahmoud Ahmadinejad the winner of June's Iranian presidential elections, despite ongoing protests.
But what was incredible about it, so basically they were accused of stealing the election and then people protested, and then Ahmadinejad said, you know who's to blame, don't you? Britain. And we all went, eh? We're watching Wimbledon, mate. I've got no idea. We're watching a hairy Scottish man do very well.
Savvy was his opponent, wasn't he? And after the election, he had his supporters come out and marched, and then Ahmadinejad's supporters came out and did a counter-march, and then there was another march, and it was basically, if only we had some way of telling who had the most supporters, like maybe some sort of election or something. Don't we need to get perspective here? OK, they arrest protesters. We arrested protesters after G20.
Yep.
They killed a protester. We killed a guy who wasn't even protesting. They've got Sharia law that isn't very nice to women. We've got Jude law.
How did you come to the attention of a lot of people over here?
Twitter.
They use Twitter.
We use
It was a
Twitter and
beautiful,
Facebook.
it was a beautiful story about that when Ahmadinejad.
It's not a name that you can't pronounce, but it's a name that you have to think about just before you pronounce.
Yes.
He probably thinks that everybody's just incredibly dramatic. Hello, President Ahmadinejad. Why is everybody so arch in Iran? I don't know, President Ahmadinejad.
What was amazing about the Twitter story was that because they're so scared of protesting, that the way they were going to protest, when Ahmadinejad was going to be on TV, they were going to put on every household appliance so that they could try and cause a blackout to get him off telly. Isn't that beautiful? He's on, put on the kettle, plug in the Hoover.
You're there sat there with your Tetleys going, I'm part of a revolution.
All Twitter was all obviously on one side until Ahmadinejad himself went on Twitter and he tweeted, hey everybody, some crazy stories about the election. Basavi got pwned. Mega lols. And all these about, like, this is the endorsement. For God, I'm sorry. This is a sense of scale. This is a country that aspires towards nuclear weaponry. This is their presidential endorsement. That's a raffle at a school hall, right?
I actually played that club, and it's very distracting with those 3 guys behind it.
He also doesn't seem to have any feet. Where have his feet gone?
We come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to hear on a property show.
6 months in and Mike has fallen out with the builder. There was no window there and neither of them noticed.
With violence and strong language from the very beginning, it's a place in the Sunderland.
Yes, it is north-facing, but on the plus side, it's a caravan, so you can just turn it round.
Get that fish out of here, it stinks. You should never leave a place in the sun.
We've just 1 hour while Gina's at the shops to improve her flat in Luton. We're setting it on fire and moving it to Oxford.
Well, it's another setback. This time the structure is damaged. And for the first time, I'm asking myself, will the Death Star ever be finished?
And more information on how to get together a deposit for a house can be found in our free leaflet, When Will Nana Die?
So, you bought it at auction for £100,000, but what exactly are you going to do with Middlesbrough?
Well, what we've done is we've knocked the wall between the kitchen and the lounge down, and what that's done is killed all the people who were sitting in the lounge.
The kitchen's done in a very modern style. We call it crack den.
We're looking at a well-equipped council house in Hull. Fridge, oven, washing machine. In fact, this is one of the nicest gardens we've seen.
This week on Grand Designs, my gran designs a house. It'll be shit. She's got terrible arthritis and not even a rudimentary qualification.
3 coats of varnish and a new rug, and Brucey is ready for his next show.
Welcome to the 74-hour-long obsessive-compulsive episode of How Clean Is Your House?
Knock it down, tarmac it, fuck 'em.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a maternity ward.
Mr. Parsons, your baby looks exactly like you. But mind you, so does every other baby.
There are complications, I'm afraid. For a start, I'm not a doctor.
I definitely can see the head. You should do your flies up, Doctor.
Bad news, I'm afraid. He's ginger. Your Highness.
So, would you like to hold the little fella? Or shall I give you the baby?
Mrs. Jones, I'm going to need you to push. And then when we've got the ambulance started, we'll try and get you to hospital.
Oh, God, is that my baby? I've given birth to Andy Parsons.
I'd stay up that end and talk to your wife if I were you, Mr. Smith. It looks like Alien versus Predator down here.
And this is the ward for unwanted twins. We call it the Jed ward.
Basically, you just turn them over and slap them on the arse. These nurses' parties are great.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Jolie. If you'd like to just move along to the next window to collect your order.
Oh, this isn't your first baby, is it?
You have a bouncing baby boy. I know that because I dropped him in the delivery room.
OK, big breath. Big breath in, hold it, and pass the joint to the midwife.
If you're not in when we deliver your baby, is it OK if we leave it with a neighbour?
That's good. No, I do like it, darling. Just not in that colour.
I know you're in great pain, but we need to know your name. Right. Doctor for Mrs. Fuckoff.
OK,
Give that round of applause. Give a great Joe and Andy. Unlikely things to hear at the World Cup.
And here comes the Irish team.
Oh, sorry, that is wow. You're getting buzzed to fuck for the rest of it. Okay. Sorry, Hugh. You have to go in there? Yeah,
it's okay.
Absolutely.
That's
Hugh.
fine.
Here with the first answer is Hugh.
And here come the Irish team.
Hello, I'm really sorry we didn't get in this year.
And up in the stand, the Uruguayan women with their chant, Uruguay, and I'm a gwirl.
And Portugal have beaten Spain, and Saudi Arabia have beaten a woman for wearing shorts.
Jamie Vardy managed 4 shots in the first half, 3 sambucas and a Skittles vodka.
And that is a great shot from the Russian, but unfortunately the journalist has survived.
So it's Panama's first time at the tournament, but they have been doing FIFA's accounts.
And Sterling has taken a dive. That's it for financial news. Back to the football.
Well, it's official. England are out. And we can go back to identifying people with flags in their windows as racist.
Well, let's have a look at the Swedish bench. $12.99 from IKEA.
Oh, and that is a huge tackle. That has got to make it more difficult to rollerblade.
Brilliant goalkeeper, David De Gea. Midfield maestro, Mesut Ozil. Fast forward.
And he's nipped round the back and banged in an absolute screamer. This really is the best leaked sex tape in the history of football.
Well, we didn't think it was possible, but somehow Gareth Southgate has managed it. England eliminated before the group stage.
Well, at 2-1 down, Iran had to do something, so they brought on their secret weapon, a 14-megaton intercontinental ballistic missile.
If you've just tuned in to England versus Germany, what are you doing, mate? Love Island is on.
Well, it looks like semis for Croatia. I wish they had worn bigger shorts.
That's a shocking miss from Jesus. They are going to absolutely crucify him for that.
We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of American presidential candidate Barack Obama meeting Gordon Brown this week. But what does BOTE stand for?
Is it Brown overdoes the ecstasy?
Is it Brown orders tango enema?
I think
you know when you've had a tango enema.
I think it is probably Britain's oddest twins exposed.
Is it Brown impersonates cricket umpire?
Yeah. Not taking the game seriously. Take the game seriously,
It's very
Michael.
difficult to get all the letters right.
You're not getting the rules of this at all, are you?
It's very hard to get the letters according to the words.
That's why it's a quiz!
Is Gordon Brown watching Bill Oddie's tit extravaganza?
To be honest, that is a TV show that needs to be made.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Is it Brown's old Todger explodes?
If it is, it's a shame that they didn't get that in the picture. Yeah.
Right, Mike.
I've got one that fits, I think.
Do the letters match the words you're going to say?
Is it? I thought today we could have actually had Carol Vorderman reveal the letters. She needs the work. Is it Brown orders tree explosion?
Tree explosion?
I think there's very little we can do to help you.
Is it Barack Obama tours Europe?
Yes, it is.
Very good.
The answer I was looking for is Barack Obama tours Europe. This refers to the presidential candidate's recent whistle-stop tour. After visiting Berlin and Paris, he ended his trip in Britain, where he met Gordon Brown, David Cameron and Tony Blair.
There's something of the Messiah about Obama, though. Do you know what I mean? You sort of look at him and you imagine him walking into a room, it's just... just flowers appearing and rainbows and people leaping out of wheelchairs and women going, I'm pregnant through his eyes. And you imagine Gordon Brown walking into a room and all you can see is a dog vomiting. That's it.
There's this thing, isn't there? There's a big fuss because Barack Obama got, what was it, 200,000 people in Berlin? Let's not forget that the last time 200,000 people gathered in Berlin, it was to listen to the most evil man in the world, David Hasselhoff.
This is what worries me about Barack Obama, though. Well, you know, he might well be elected. We don't know. He might be elected in November. He'd never be elected here because his slogan, his campaign slogan, is "Yes, we can," which is the slogan of Bob the Builder. That is quite ridiculous.
Do you know that Gordon Brown gave gave him presents? Obama came, and Gordon Brown gave him 2 books on Winston Churchill and 2 silver picture frames, which immediately stinks of I forgot to buy him a present, wrap shit from the house. And then to give him 2 books on Winston Churchill, if you're getting somebody a book, you need, you know, in case they don't like the book, throw in some variety. It's just classic Gordon Brown. I'll get him a book on Winston Churchill, and if he doesn't like that, I think, well, we'll go for another one on Winston Churchill. You know, what's for dinner? Pasta, but if you don't like that, I can easily whip up some pasta. The man's a complete idiot.
Do you know what he got in return?
Well, nothing, because Obama left them on the plane,
Obama
unbought at duty-free.
Yeah, unless he came in and said, this, in this suspiciously triangular box, is a gift I bought you. Yeah, it's a Toblerone.
But you see...
I got you.
The thing we've got to remember about Obama, right, is he doesn't just appeal to black voters because they think that he's going to change society. He also appeals to American white voters who think that he's Tiger Woods.
I mean, let's face it, who is he actually going to be up against? He's going to be up against Senator John McCain, right? A man who came second to George W. Bush for the Republican nomination in the year 2000. What the hell have the Republicans been playing at? The best person they can find is somebody who wasn't quite as good as George W. Bush 8 bloody years ago.
Do you know McCain's slogan isn't too good either, actually?
Is it no, we can't?
No, his slogan is these oven chips contain 35% less... which isn't...
So what was the story with it? Why are they...
Well, it's all an argument about supposedly dangerous extremism in Birmingham schools.
Yes.
Are you thinking, surely everybody who's ever grown up in Birmingham has thought about blowing up most of Birmingham at some point or another?
It's caused big problems in Birmingham, though, hasn't it? I mean, sort of community problems, the radicalisation of schools on one side against the other. There was this brilliant thing in The Guardian which said... So there was a community leader said there was a wider concern that there may be a witch hunt against Muslims, he said. And then in a phrase which you may want to reconsider, he said, in which case all stakeholders will need to work together.
It's not nice, though, to have another culture imposed on you at school. I remember when I was rushed to hospital with 80% Chinese burns.
I thought the key to, you know, whether a school is being radicalised, the clue really is in the nativity play, isn't it? When the 3 wise men come from the east, they're found to be on false passports and they're arrested under the Prevention of Terrorism.
I think having, you know, religious extremism taught in schools, it doesn't really do anyone any harm. I mean, I had fairly extremist religious, you know, schooling when I was a child, and I feel perfectly well integrated with you hideous, proddy dogs. Do you find you get on with this vermin perfectly well?
They're all going to hell and going to die, so it's fine. But, you know, and we'll laugh at them from Catholic heaven. And what's suggested to be made for Ofsted inspectors? How should they change the way they do this because of this?
They said that they were going to have dawn raids, which
Yes.
I thought was probably unlikely to yield many results, given that schools don't open at dawn.
Just breaking a door, just like a janitor, just... What are you? We don't open for another 2 hours. He was raising a gondola.
Is this doing the more canals in Venice?
More canals in Venice, Birmingham. This is how janitors get to work in Birmingham. They ride the canal. At the end of that round, the points go to Romish, Catherine and Andy. OK, here we go. The first subject is lines you wouldn't hear in a sci-fi movie.
Captain's log, stardate 21:35. It's a Tuesday.
Actually, Jeremy Carr's just got the DNA results back. And apparently, Luke, I'm not your father.
Commander Skywalker, bad news. We left R2-D2 outside to stand guard, and the council took him away for emptying.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. I've seen attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I've seen...
There's a giant satsuma in front of the ship. Go to orange alert.
First, there were snakes on the plane. Now the British remake, Wasp in a car.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down now, I shall become more powerful. Get off, you prick!
What is it, Captain? I've never seen anything like it in my life. Of course not, Scotty. It's the sun.
Since you have got your laser gun trained on me, I've got a bit of stubborn hair just here.
Permission to beam down to the Forbidden Planet. No.
I can see dead people. That's because I'm watching UK TV Gold.
Here are the sci-fi football results. R2-D2. C3P, 0.
Look at all those fading, dwindling stars, forced to eat bugs in a jungle.
If you leave our protection, you will almost definitely die. Scotty, do you still want independence?
Luke, I am your father. Go to your room.
Captain, I don't like it when you call me Spock face.
To boldly go where no man has gone before. Anne Widdecombe.
How many Klingons does it take to change a dilithium crystal? 10. 1 to change it, and the other 9 to chastise him for performing such a menial task when he's a member of a proud warrior race.
A random news generator with a bank of topics. We spin the wheel, and when it stops, anyone can step forward and try to make us laugh about the subject it's landed on. Okay, here we go. Let's spin the wheel for the first topic. Okay, the first subject is street protesters. Can I have a volunteer talk about that?
I'll do that, Dara. Nation. So, I love street protesters, they're fantastic. The best I saw, there's a lovely old lady who, since the war in Iraq started, she stands outside the Bristol Hippodrome with a big sign that says, "Toot if you're anti-war." And if you drive past her and go, "Ha," she does this. Now, I'm not sure, I've made her leap many times. I don't know if I'm anti-war or really pro-pensioner leaping. You know, when you kind of go, "Why am I doing this? Ha, stop it! Nah, do it!" They're everywhere, they're brilliant. There's a bloke that I saw the other day, you know, one of those religious godbotherers, it's fantastic, just with a loud hailer, just pointing at people running, "You're going to hell, you're going to hell, you're going to hell." Everyone was freaked out, two goths delighted, that's a separate issue, but... He pointed at me and I was freaked out, and then he did something wonderful. He pointed at this really strutting black guy. I don't know why the fact that he's black made it cooler, but it really did, right? Pointed at it, went, "You're going to hell." Without missing a beat, this bloke just went, "No, mate, HMV." And he just sat there going, "Oh.
Well done, Russell Howard. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is extreme fundamentalism. Ian.
You're saying extreme fundamentalism?
Yeah, the fundamentalism on a skateboard. If you could do that, that'd be great.
Well, it's basically extreme fundamentalists burning American flags. Where do they get them, by the way? Where do they get them? We don't see it, you know. As soon as they turn the cameras off, someone's there going, "Put it out, for goodness sake. We've only got 2 left. Use the asbestos flag, like I said." I think some Jewish bloke's got a big warehouse in the Middle East, don't you? Business is business.
Well done, Ian Stone. That leaves it with Frankie and Andy. The next topic is... political correctness. Who would like to go? Frankie!
Now, political correctness has changed everything. People forget that even political correctness itself used to be called spastic gay talk. It's not politically correct to say don't give money to charity. I mean, we might want to give money to Africa, but money takes no account of cultural difference or the reality of those people's lives. If you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you give him a fishing rod, he'll break it up for firewood. Or swap it for a fish.
Thank you, Boyle. OK, Andy, let's see what you've been left with. It's health. Away you go.
Now, once again, they've been having a go this week, haven't they, about skinny models, saying that they give us a bad body image. Now, I'm not sure we're quite that insecure, are we? You know, I see a skinny model, I don't think, "Oh, I better go on a diet." I think, "Oh, there's a skinny model, I bet they're hungry. I think I'll have a pie."
At the end of that round, points for both teams. Give it for both teams.
I had a really good analogy for this, because I think it's really, really terrifying, isn't it? These voiceless people seem to be having, and vulnerable people having their benefits cut. And the trouble with Tories is they tell you that they kind of sell this idea that it's these people's fault. And so this is my analogy. So I don't know if you know this, but girls, when they're in the toilets, some girls hover because they think that public toilets are disgusting.
What, off the floor?
No. Yes! It's amazing. We can do that.
You are amazing!
But we only do it in secret or you'll love us too much. So the girls hover cover up the toilet seats, and then they wee, and that means that what they do is they kind of spray a fine mist all over the toilet seat, which means that if you're a trusting person who doesn't think that toilets are disgusting, you just sit down, and then you're covered with somebody else's urine, and you have to take it off. And actually, the point is, if no one ever hovered, everyone could sit on toilets. It would be fine for everyone. It's just like the Tories. You see?
It's a hell of an argument. That is... I think we can all get behind that as a political slogan if nobody ever hovered.
I don't know whether I like girls more or less after that.
I'm just glad that I'm not the only one who hovers.
Unlikely agony aunt letters.
Dear Deirdre, I have recently become obsessed with a woman and begun stalking her. Look out of the window.
My partner won't give me oral sex, which is really annoying, because that's the only reason I formed the coalition with him in the first place.
My wife says I don't feel anything, which is a problem, and there was something else. Oh, yes, I'm on fire.
I'm 26, my girlfriend's 36. Is 10 years too big an age gap? Because her daughter's 16, she's a right little soul.
I have recently met a woman who makes me feel young again. She's 167.
Dear Auntie, I'm a very, very nervous person, and sudden noises really startle me. In fact, even if I hear a buzzer, a bit of wee comes out.
My mates are all getting into drugs, but I don't know what to do. Should I charge them mates' rates or just normal prices?
Dear Deirdre, I am a control freak. What should I do? I'll tell you what I should do.
I am 96, but I'm convinced that young women fancy me. Do I have penile dementia?
I've been wanting to come and see you for a long time, but I can't get out of the chair.
I am a man trapped inside the body of a woman. Could you tell us, please, how to get out of position 43 of the Kama Sutra?
I work in the public sector, and I'm really, really, really worried about my pension.
Things you wouldn't hear on a science documentary.
My favourite element is helium. I can't speak highly enough of it.
The solar system is so vast that it could comfortably accommodate your mum.
The most fascinating thing is, if you really spend enough time looking at the alignment of the stars, your wife will leave you.
They call it dark matter. Well, whatever it is, I've tried to flush it 4 times and it's still bloody there.
The light from this new, distant planet takes so long to get here that we're actually seeing things that happened years ago. And that's why scientists have named it Dave.
Tonight, we're discussing sports science. Is it a real job, or is it just PE when it's raining?
In our next experiment, we're going to prove that putting Dara O'Brien in a room full of young people still doesn't make science interesting.
I think we've got the points.
So, if we look through the telescope, we can see the biggest black hole ever found. Oh no, I've left the lens cap on.
Weren't D-Ream shit? How does your granny's stair lift work? Well, it's all to do with nanotechnology.
No, Nigel, that's not how you make a test tube baby. Get your penis out of the test tube.
So this is amazing, right? So what you're saying is that somewhere, Professor Cox, in a parallel universe, there is a me with hair. That's right, Dara.
The end of that round. Nobody gets any points at the end of that round.
Your category is home news. The answer is 43 years. What is the question?
Is it for how long will the average Glastonbury goer keep their wristband on?
Is it how long will it take for Nigel Farage's erection to subside?
Is it, if Jeremy Corbyn asked the Shadow Cabinet for a high five, how long would they leave him hanging?
Is it how long will somebody have to wait if they're born today before they can move out of their parents' house?
Is it how long will you have to wait for your Uber if everyone gets deported?
Is it how long does Rob take to brush his teeth?
Big teeth, isn't it?
Is it what's the age difference between Cher and parts of Cher?
Is it how many years has Jeremy Corbyn had his shirt?
Is it the average age of the Russian under-21 gymnastic team?
Does any of you know what the correct answer is?
On which wedding anniversary is it traditional to give them some time apart?
Well, actually, I think it's how long have we been in the EU?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. Cheers. The question I was looking for was, how long has the UK been a member of the EU before Thursday's momentous referendum vote to leave? How have people reacted to the result?
I'm pretty furious with my granddad. I mean, I was only being nice to him to get the inheritance, and now his vote has made the inheritance worthless.
There's been a big age divide, though, hasn't there? A lot of the older people have voted to leave, and a lot of the younger people have voted to stay. And I just think if you are a person over 65, I'd avoid stairs for the next 10 years.
I think we could have prevented that, though, by making an internet vote.
It would be very wrong to stereotype all Leave voters as old anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Although it doesn't matter if we do, because they'll all be in bed by now.
Statistically, 4,000 of them are already dead. If we just... It's going to take 2 years to leave. If we just held the referendum in 2 years, it would have been a landslide.
Yes, it's very, very disappointing. Some people felt it, you know, it's a trait of the British people, the desire for sovereignty, the desire for independence, all that, you know.
Yeah, there was a big war cry, wasn't it, to get Britain back, you know, and that's already started. The currency is already back to a point that it was in 1985, so I mean, it's clearly working.
When Sunderland voted to leave, I thought maybe they thought they were voting to leave Sunderland.
Like, would I like to leave? Fantastic. If I go in, I just tick yes. I go into another booth, and suddenly, like Mr. Ben, I'm not in Sunderland anymore.
I think the Cornish voted to leave as well, didn't they? Cornwall voted to leave because they think it's going to give the fishing industry a boost, which it probably will, because fish will become our currency when... answers.
It's like the country's had, like, an office affair. They've got to, like, middle age, had an office affair, thought, this is a bit crazy, actually, I'm going to leave her. Yeah, and then they get a new flat in Canary Wharf, going, yeah, freedom! And give it 2 years, they're crying, sitting in their pants, and the people that are left over are the kids, and they're screwed.
I tell you what, Cameron was right.
Jesus, that was brutal.
Oh, yeah, I've got it if you need it, mate.
Cameron said it'd be bad for jobs, and he was right, because his was gone by 8 o'clock the next morning.
So who's been backtracking since the referendum result?
Well, a lot of people have been regretting their decisions. You know, it's because it's split up families. It's divided families. It's divided friends. I mean, I've got a Dutch wife, so on the morning after the referendum, it was just tragic to watch her packing the little clogs into a bag, taking the little wheels of cheese away.
My girlfriend demanded to know if I was in or out. Unfortunately, we were having sex at the time.
Yes, there's been a lot of basically a lot of the Leave campaign have been forced to go. Oh yeah, did we say that? Did we say 350 million? Oh, really? Was it? It wasn't written anywhere, really. Oh, on the side of a bus. Oh, well, you know the way people write things on the side of buses all the time. Yeah, I mean, I saw there's a side of bus going around near me recently which said that Batman vs Superman is a 5-star movie. That was on a bus for ages, and it's not. Really.
I think the £350 million claim was the most dubious figure on the side of a bus since you did those Megabus adverts. I couldn't let that one lie.
I understand people having regrets about it, because I mean, we all have regrets about things. You know, I have many regrets. Usually they're connected to a hangover, but I've never woken up in the morning and gone, my God, did I cause the currency to crash last night? Did I have some part in that?
Isn't it? Yeah. Well, people rarely, when you wake up after a bad night, hand you a graph. Oh dear, this looks bad.
Well, now we've got control of our borders, people are saying that the population could go down by as much as 5 million people, or Scotland, as they prefer.
They wanted to bring more manufacturing back into Britain, didn't they? That was their thing, and they've started with the truth. They've just started manufacturing their own truth in Britain.
Hey, by the way, we should. Because it's a nationally broadcast show and they're cheering for certain points of view that are expressed here, should remind we're all in the bubble here, people. That bubble which manages to be London, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Gibraltar. That weird, freaky bubble that pops up randomly at points. Yeah,
they want a speedy divorce, don't they? The EU, like, is it Juncker? Is his name Juncker?
Yeah,
Juncker. He wants that speedy divorce. I reckon we should get, like, Cheryl Vicini, Fernandez, Tweedy, Cole, we should get her in. She is smashing for the divorces and she's looking all right. I'll get her in to head it up.
I love that the result of the Brexit vote has meant that Rob refuses to pronounce any European names.
OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely lines from a superhero film.
Worry not, Procrastination Man is here. Where is everybody? What's with all the blood?
Catwoman, what did I tell you about not shitting in next door's garden?
I am Big Society Man. I could do it for you, but I'd much rather you did it yourself.
Prepare to meet a new breed of sex-change superhero in the X-Men.
Yes, I do believe a man can fly, but only if he's carrying under 100 mils.
I am Parking Review Man. Where's my check?
Wow, Iron Man, how did you get all the creases out?
Just call the police.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Well, if you don't know that, what the hell are you doing in air traffic control?
What use is a spider's web against me, Duster Man and Hoover Boy?
Hello, I'm Batman Begins.
I'm sexist, I'm racist, and I drive like an arsehole. I am White Van Man.
Should I do?
Yeah.
You're doing it. This is part of it.
Oh, shit. Okay, the next topic is unlikely things for a continuity announcer to say.
And now, to upset children everywhere, it's Peppa Pig in pepper sauce.
Oh, God. Oh, God. And Nigella will be back at the same time next week.
Up next, Ryan Giggs appears on Footballers' Wives.
Next up on Channel 4, live from Switzerland, it's Come Die With Me.
And now for a special episode of Planet Earth, where 6 chimpanzees will watch David Attenborough have sex.
And now is the time I have to be extremely careful, because the next programme is about Roald Dahl, genius behind Willy Wanker's Chuck Bollards.
Next on the History Channel, World War II in colour. Look away if you don't want to know how it ends.
Just to clear up some confusion for our regular viewers, ITV 2+1 is not the same as ITV 3.
First, though, there's a serial killer on the loose in Balamory.
If you have been affected by some of the issues in EastEnders, they must have been acting it better than they usually do.
And now, Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares for the hard of hearing.
You're watching the Dignitas channel. For God's sake, don't press the red button.
Next up, it's Bargain Hunt, which is also rhyming slang for the bloke who presents it.
Right now, Kate Humble's in the lambing shed. Oh.
Okay, the end of that round. Points go to Chris, Hugh, and Stuart. Yay! 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 That's the end of the show.
Now, we play a round called The End is Nigel. This game involves Olga Koch and Nigel Ung. If you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever chooses to stop one of our performers will step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is nationality. Who wants to come in that?
I'll take it.
Olga.
Hell yeah! Hi. Nationality is a very big topic for me because I'm originally from Russia and I need to start every set like that because I know that they're listening. I have a very Russian name. My name is Olga. Olga is the most common name in Russia. It is, of course, Old Slavic for I wish you were a boy. My last name is K-O-C-H. It's meant to be pronounced Koch, but if you're living in an English-speaking country, 8 out of 10 times I am Olga Koch. I ran for student government of my high school under the slogan, I want me some cock. And I won. Also, I don't know if you know this, but in Russia, we don't have middle names, we have patronyms. So instead of another name, I have my father's name. So if you look into my passport, it literally says Olga Alfred Skok. So I never forget where I come from. I was born in 1992, shortly after Russia elected its first ever president, which started a very long history of Russian people electing presidents all over the world.
Thank you very much. That leaves us with Nigel. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. Now, the topic is food and drink. Where you go?
I'm foreign too. Yeah, get the immigrants to do it. It's cheaper, you know? I'm from Malaysia originally, and I moved to the UK 4 years ago, mainly for comedy, and so I can drink tap water and not shit myself. Yeah. Favorite part of your country, by the way? Pretty great here, right? Tap water? Yeah. Ironing my shirt today, got a little bit thirsty, just spray some ironing water straight into my mouth. No malaria, nice. When I first moved here, I asked the guy here, like, what's the worst thing you have in your UK tap water? You know what he told me? Lime scale. Well, what the hell is lime scale? Does it give you a headache? Does it make you vomit? He said no, just makes the inside of your kettle a little bit white. Life must be so hard for you. With your kettle discoloration problems. I love scale. I eat all the scale now, all right? I'm gonna go home and lick my teapot later. Even when we take the trains here, even the train toilets tell you the tap water in there is not drinkable, right? I'm like, okay, we'll see about that. And turns out they're right. Set myself in the real replacement bus service.
Well done. Very good. Points there for Olga. I'll redo them. Come on, come back. Thank you. Lines you wouldn't hear in a sci-fi movie.
Hi, is that NHS Direct? Yeah, a bit of a temperature, and I've got an alien coming out of my stomach. 2 paracetamol, okay.
OK, Mr. Zulu. Set course for the 4th quadrant to the Orion Nebula. I think there's a Nando's there.
We're sorry to announce that there is a replacement beam down service this weekend between the ship and the planet Splooge.
You've got to imagine this in a Scottish accent. This is our Independence Day! There you go.
They abducted us and took us to their spacecraft, and then they explored our bodies with strange probes. I'll be honest, it was the best stag night I'd ever been on.
This man can now reach the full potential of his brain. Joey, wake up, you can tie your shoes. Reem.
What the people don't know, Captain Kirk, is that when I do that V thing, that means in Vulcan, I've had your mum.
I think this time tunnel is broken. We have gone 1,000 years into the future, and Bruce Forsyth is still working.
If you take the red pill, you will enter the Matrix. If you take the blue pill, you will have a boner for 7 hours.
This is it. The machines are taking over.
Hashtag apocalypse.
Yeah, I've had a look at it, mate. The problem is your nano boosters are shot and your warp drive is fucked.
Our planet is dying. We seek a new home. Which of you is Phil and which of you is Kirsty?
The dinosaurs are killing everyone. Why do we keep reopening this park? Who keeps giving us public liability insurance?
So the plan is you get in the time machine, go back in time, and cock-block Hitler's dad.
Phone home. Phone in Joan. No, phone home.
OK, at the end of that, the points go to Matt, Catherine and Andy. Moving on, what long-awaited report was finally published this week?
Chilcot.
The Chilcot Report.
Yeah.
It's available on Amazon, all 12 books. People who liked this report also liked.
It's massive, isn't it? How many words is it?
It's 2.6 million words.
Do you know who I feel sorry for? Is the bloke who's got to read the audio book.
It's always Stephen Fry.
He'll be doing all the voices. And they've found new weapons in this.
Yes, but how then? How then, by contrast, will David Cameron be remembered?
He'll be remembered as a man who could book a removal van within 2 days. It's impossible, isn't it? How do you do that?
Brutal, brutal, that stuff.
Somewhere else in Britain, there is someone going, what do you mean you can't come this morning?
We booked you 3 months ago. The date was clearly in the contract. We've reserved the parking, which was difficult enough to do. Where are your men? How was David Cameron referenced by our guest tonight?
Orally.
Yes?
He mentioned him.
He mentioned him.
Using his...
Yes, in what way?
No.
In what way?
He did a kind of shout-out to him when he was doing... He said, David Cameron's here, when he just won Wimbledon, and then everyone booed.
Which is weird, because the press really picks up on the fact that everyone booed him. I'm like, well, leaders always get booed. The only time a leader gets cheered is either if you live in Love Actually or North Korea. That's it.
So what has the world come to that a Conservative Prime Minister would get booed at Wimbledon?
What has become the must-see attraction for Chinese tourists in the UK?
Is it like there's this weird village in... Oh, you're right.
I'm a bit of a cough.
Have you followed him off?
So, I'll ask the question again, shall I? Yes, rather than dying of pleurisy there. What has become... God, I hope I don't die. That'd be awful if you don't die in the next while and you go, oh, I know, we never asked.
2016, another great gone.
See, weirdly, it's like you're mocking me and he's not even died. You're not even dead. You go, well, he's no David Bowie.
The only thing I'm thinking is, then I will have won.
OK. At the end of the round, the points go to Loiso, Ellie and Mara. Oh, and big news, exciting news, though, for homeowners. Exciting news for homeowners. Oh, yeah, you can kill burglars now. I think that's the gist of it. I think that's it, I'm not sure. You can put bear traps around your house and hear Yelp in the middle of the night.
I think basically a slapstick rule should apply. If it goes... you're fine. If you kill the guy, not so much.
Yeah. You're allowed to be proportionate in your violence towards burglars, but not grossly proportionate. So, if what you're doing to the burglar could feature in one of the Saw movies...
You want to go with Laurel and Hardy buddy films, ideally.
Exactly.
Try and, you know, whack them by turning around with a ladder, you know, a bucket on their head.
Who has received a hero's welcome at the conference?
Batman!
Yes, the bit where Batman came. No, not Batman.
Oh, Boris.
Boris Johnson said he wanted to be tough on crime. And this was after, apparently, he's had 6 bikes nicked. And you're wondering, has he really had 6 bikes nicked? Or 6 times he just hasn't got a clue where he in fact left them?
What was the hero's welcome? What did they do for him?
So they kind of clapped. It wasn't like they, you know, they threw rose petals or anything like that. They were just very happy to see him.
Well, a hero's welcome. You know, in Aladdin, when he's on the elephant, and it's, hey, clear the way in the old bazaar. Hey, you, let us through. It's a bright new star. Oh, come be the first on the block to meet his eye. You know, you're gonna love this guy. That... That's the hero's welcome.
I defer to your definition of a hero's welcome. At no point did Boris arriving on, near, or confusingly like an elephant.
They also gave him, like they give everyone at the Tory party conference, they gave him a 2-minute standing ovation. That's what they give absolutely everyone, whatever they've said. It makes perfect sense. It's 30 seconds of clapping and a minute and a half for most of them to stand up.
You need a hat. Come on, I can do this. Come on.
Hinge and bracket over there. OK. In other news, outside the party conference, what have hospital patients been asked to rate?
They have been asked to rate, apparently, exactly how good the A&E departments are. The question is, would you recommend this A&E department to your friends and family? Well, what are you going to say to them? Oh, well, don't worry, you've had an accident. You're going to St Mark's, and that's got a cracking A&E.
It's the beginning of Casualty. Wasn't it? Just a man falling off his shed onto his garden rake and then crawling to his laptop to go on TripAdvisor.
Or just come home to your partner, square up, and go, I'm going to send you someplace nice.
Well, I've never heard domestic violence put quite as charmingly as that. Yes, I know that they put don't know in. There's extremely likely, need or likely, nor unlikely, likely, extremely likely, don't know. Don't ask the people with concussion. How would you rate it? Cabbage? Banana? Mummy? Cabbage?
The people who give the lowest rating are dead. So the results are going to be unavoidably skewed.
It's going to be a very awkward conversation when they go, I'm sorry, we've lost him. Do you think he was satisfied with the...
The answer is 1. What is the question?
Is it what grade of haircut can Andy Parsons only dream of? Is it, let's be honest, when does life start to go downhill?
Is it what does the... Wow.
Very depressing!
Yeah. I've got a lovely idea of your first words. What are you going to say, Frankie? Bleak.
Gina, which category would you like?
Entertainment news.
OK, entertainment news. The answer is 50 nights. What is the question?
Is it how long does it take me to successfully build an IKEA wardrobe?
Is it which themed disco evenings have the most restrictive age policy? 50 nights. No? Is it?
Is it how long before we get the right answer to this one?
I think I've got the right answer.
No, don't do that. I haven't done a funny one yet. Stick around, right? Is it... Is it, generally speaking, what separates 51 days? You don't have to be rude.
My fundamental objection to the idea of a debate between the leaders is that it is an American idea. I can't bear the idea that it's American idea. It's like one of those ideas that we've imported, like nobody has a school leavers disco anymore. They all have a high school prom, and they all turn up in little bow ties and a ball gown.
Know?
because he's cruising around in an empty limo. Yeah, you like the hip-hop?
No, ladies.
Is it, when my wife and I did our IVF, how many abnormal sperms were found in my first ejaculate?
It's true. Yeah, we were all there. We went along with support.
After this, we're all going to see Frankie as well.
I say my first ejaculate, it wasn't my... You know.
No, obviously it wasn't your first ever ejaculate. Because that would explain why it wasn't working till then.
I was told.
Oh, that! Oh, this! Yeah. Oh, we use this! Oh, we won't need you for a while, Doctor. We'll try with this first and then come back to you.
You know, it's a fly just landed
I know,
on my
a fly.
hand.
Do you know what it is? It's Frankie. It's Frankie's spirit has come back as a fly.
He's transmogrified.
He has, yeah.
We've been cursed. That's what it is. They've taken Frankie, now the flies are coming. What next, dear viewer? What next?
Make sure, no, these policy is always going to have problems, though, isn't it?
Oh.
You killed Frankie.
You killed. Frankie is so... Oh, man, you really have flattened him.
And also, picketed by the Animal Liberation Front now.
We're building ourselves up to say, you know, we killed a fly or a jackal.
I didn't kill the fly. Suddenly it's a group of us who killed the fly.
Oh, come on, we were all there.
None of us spoke up to save the fly, let's face it. The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
I didn't believe you were going to go through with the killing.
Yeah, let's move on. Hello and welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Rod Gilbert and Russell Howard, Frankie Boyle, Hugh Dennis. We have done that hundreds of times. We never clapped there.
I'm not the real Frankie Boyle.
That's the happiest you've ever looked at that section.
I can't believe you did it. He started a spontaneous round of applause. That was professional courtesy. Well done, the other No, we genuinely have to do all that again.
It looked like you'd had some sort of ganja flashback. You're like, oh, happy days.
Can I just say in this photo, if you look at Nicolas Sarkozy there...
Yeah.
I'm just taking a break, man. I'm just taking a break to do this show.
If you realise the story behind this, but Dara's lost weight because he's been on the Irish version of I'm a Celebrity, which is set during the potato famine.
Sorry.
How much weight? We were all a bit worried when we heard about your weight loss. We were all a bit worried that you had AIDS.
Yeah, that was true.
No, we were genuinely worried because none of us wore a condom.
In fact, actually, we'll chat about that later.
How much weight have you lost, actually?
Who, me? Since I've been on here, about 2 stone.
I'm not Colleen Nolan. This isn't Loose Women. I'm not discussing weight loss on the show.
I was banned from Loose Women. They wouldn't have me on. Did you do Loose Women?
Really?
I wanted to, and they wouldn't. Guess who they got? Dara O'Brien.
Yes. The answer I was looking for was record-breaking Wimbledon final. This is the epic Wimbledon men's singles final between Roger Federer and Andrew. What do you want to say as I'm doing that bit that I have to do?
No, I think I would have got that if they had put in the hyphen. But they didn't put in the hyphen,
so it should be
and I didn't get it.
All right, Captain Grammar, pipe down.
Would you like us to sit down one more time?
Shut up! Every one of you, shut up for a second. There we go. I'm part of a film investment scheme. I put all my savings into the big budget production of Monsoon Poultry Hospital. I think it's right. Well, you're involved as well. I mean, because I play the role of Morag, the nurse. Monsoon Poultry Hospital. I think we're going to make a lot of money back. It's me and you are involved.
It's nice to know where the budget for this show goes.
I want to know, by the way, how well I look as a nurse. Surprisingly fitting. Big shoulders.
You've got a hint of the readers' wives about you.
I'm delighted.
If you turned up at my bed in a hospital, I'd discharge myself.
Listen, I have no surprise, no doubt. You discharge yourself. is Jill Mackinson-Sanders, who's the mayor of a town called Louth in Lincolnshire, who decided, as the torch was passing through her town, to dress up as one of the local products of the town of Louth of Lincolnshire. The town of Louth of Lincolnshire apparently is famous for its sausages. Here's how she tried to dress up to welcome the torch. She ran alongside the torch, ran alongside it as a giant penis down the street, screaming, It does not look like me. Nothing like my arms do not start above my chin.
I love that.
No, let's
the 100th programme and the first time we've been heckled by the audience. You look like a penis sausage.
Penis. Well, what's been happening in Euro 2012? You have to tell me something about how good it is.
I don't have to tell you fucking anything.
Okay.
Apparently 1 million Britons go to work on drugs.
Yes, they do.
1 in 30 apparently test positive for drugs, and in some firms, as much as 1 in 7. You know, so if you're looking round this particular panel, I've got to be honest, my money's on Milton.
Yep. The next topic is... Walk the fuck away.
Bloody penis sausage!
Yeah. OK, can we move to the correct answer, please?
Is it how long it took for me to get over seeing my dad in the bath?
That's very quick, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
It took me 4 years.
Really? What's he doing looking at my dad?
Surely more the question is, what was your dad doing in his bath?
Friday night.
Should be noted.
I'll tell you what it could be answered. What proportion of that team have I seen completely butt naked?
Yeah. We used to share a flat and I used to get bored and get in your bed.
I didn't live with Rob permanently. This is an Edinburgh Festival situation. I don't want people to think that we had actually cohabited on a permanent basis.
In other news, what have BBC bosses asked their producers to do this week?
BBC who's?
The BBC producers. Shall I do that again?
Oh, is this part of the story? It's about mumbling?
It's mumbling, yeah. All right, OK, don't point to a mumbler.
It was very clever how you gave us a clue.
I play with the form. In other news...
Was it about forced enunciation?
It was about forced enunciation, yes, it was. Asked their producers to do this week. Yeah, it was about mumbling, all right? Not this show. This show's never been accused of it, despite me hosting it. But other shows...
Because what you don't know is at home they can press the red button and Stephen Fry pops up and translates it for everyone.
I'll go for politics, Dara, because I'm a clever boy.
You gosh, Swat. OK.
You're on the wrong show.
Yeah. OK, let's give it a go, shall we? Your category is politics. The answer is 4%. What is the question?
Is this the percentage of people who enjoyed a comedy gig I did in Greenwich in December of last year?
We've all had those shows.
Yeah, I was at that, and that was not 4%.
Is it how much of my foot could I fit into one of Josh Widdicombe's little shoes?
We can go, man. Actually, a size 9.
Ladies.
We're 9. Yeah, children, so I don't have to pay VAT on my shoes.
I'll have you know those are the exact plimsolls that Nelson Mandela wore on his long walk.
That's the closest thing to a woman on this panel. Chris, is what Cameron said offensive?
Speaking for the sisterhood.
I'm always really freaked out by megabus. It's not the weirdest thing in the world, the megabus. Nothing against the bus service itself, but when you drive, like you drive a lot of time on the motorway, going to gigs, like the back of the megabus when you're driving along, like whatever, for those of you who haven't had the pleasure, there's times you just get hypnotised by that weird. There are many things I've observed. Firstly, why does that man have such large breasts? were staring at that man's breasts going, that is insane. What kind of...
Where can you go for £1?
I thought you'd have to contact Megabus. There's an address
I
there.
I'd have to put plus a 50p booking fee as if people are going to go, well, that's a rip-off.
The other thing really irritating about this for the entire... In my ear, constantly, people are going, wear the hat, wear the hat, wear the hat, wear the hat. Because, yeah, they gave me a yellow hat because they think I look like the Megabus guy.
That means that man looks like a penis sausage.
They should call it penissausage.com. Oh, something else is already called.
You're just bringing this up to try and make everybody forget that you look like a penis sausage. That's exactly what's going on here. You just look like a penis sausage in a yellow hat.
Oh, no! Lost ownership of the joke now.
Somebody's got another new Twitter avatar.
Now we play a round called You Went to NATO, I Went to NATO. This game involves Tom and Reese, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever it chooses to stop one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, let's spin the wheel. And the first subject is the environment. Who wants to come in that? Reese.
We've got to do more, haven't we? We all know it's a big issue, the environment. We've got to do more stuff, but they're expecting too much from us too soon. OK, it's baby steps. Like, I know that I need to switch to a plant-based diet, really, but it's baby steps. Like, recently, I've given up chicken nuggets, all right? Might not seem like a big deal, OK, but I've gone nugless. That's what I decided. 3 months ago, I saw the first climate march. I was like, yeah, no more nuggets, right? And I'm smashing it. It's been 3 months, not had a single nugget. I'm doing so well. Slight confession, I'm eating a lot of goujons. Like, twice as many, and they've got way more real chicken in as well. It's awful for the planet. It's a terrible mistake. I thought we'd solved it with the bags. When we switched to charging 10p for the bag, I thought that was the end of the issue. I thought we'd done it. But it's not enough of a deterrent, is it, 10p, when you're at the checkout and you haven't remembered your canvas bag, and they go, do you want a bag for 10p? You're like, well, what's the alternative? I just eat all this now. Yeah. What's for dinner tonight? Oh, cauliflower, mustard and Dettol. Yes. I need a bag, please. Costa are the same. Costa, they'll give you 10p off your coffee if you're taking a reusable cup. Right, because they're like, oh, we're Costa, we care about the environment. No, you don't, mate. If you care about the environment, Costa, why are your receipts the size of a duvet? Get a grip. But it is handy having that 10p, because you can take that 10p and spend it on a plastic bag in Sainsbury's. So it is ideal. No, but I think I know why middle-aged people don't like Greta Thunberg, right? And it's because she makes their kids look shit. Brag about your kids with her on the scene. This is parents in the playground stuff now, isn't it? With their parents just going, oh, yeah, oh, is your son Jamie? He's made the football team, has he? Oh, well done. My daughter is the face of the campaign to rescue this planet from the jaws of oblivion. But, good luck with a little kickabout, Jamie. Off you go. Oh, your son, Lucas, he's made his grade 4 cello, has he? Oh, well done. Yeah, my daughter is the reason he might live to see grade 5.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, Reese. OK, that leaves Tom. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And it's travel.
Travel, OK, fine. Well, I travel from over there. Hello. One of my favourite travel experiences was at secondary school when we went on the school music trip to France. And to get on the school music trip to France, you had to be part of the choir. I was in the choir, and it basically meant you got to hang out with all the other 13-year-old homosexuals who didn't yet realise they were homosexuals and their chatty female friends. And it was a great place to go and learn how to play a show tune on the flute. Not a euphemism. And this was back in the day when it didn't matter where you were going with the school. If you went on any school trip, you had to go by coach. Like, if you go to Australia, you go by coach. This was supposed to be a 5-day trip to France. We spent 2 days on the coach getting there and 2 days getting back. It was basically a day in France. So, on this trip, you really had to make the best of the coach trip. And for me, my favourite bit was when we got to stop off at the French hypermarket. So I thought that would be a great place for me to show off how much better I am than everybody else, because I'd actually been paying attention in French. So I went over to the patisserie and I said to the man there, "Bonjour, je voudrais un croissant, s'il vous plaît." And according to the French classes, the man behind the counter should have responded by saying, "Oui." Il y a un croissant ici, which, when you think about it, is basically the equivalent of someone coming over here and saying, "Hello, I'd like to buy a pasty, please." And then the man behind the counter responding by saying, "Yes!" There is a pasty here. I'm not even mentioning that it's part of a meal deal. So I said, "Bonjour, je voudrais un croissant, s'il vous plaît." And then the man behind the counter responded in normal French by going, blah, 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 blah. I had no idea what he was saying. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, my friend Kevin was no help. The only French he spoke was the French horn, which is a euphemism. I mean, I say they teach us how to speak French. Most of the time, they teach us how to sing it. I mean, I could have stood there and gone, "Quelle est la date de ton anniversaire?" But the idea of a 13-year-old English homosexual standing in the middle of a French hypermarket going, "What is the date of your birthday? What is the date of your birthday?" Couldn't be any more absurd. So I just responded by saying, "Oui, oui, d'accord, d'accord." Ended up with 8 kilograms of ham.
Thank you very, very much. Points there at the top. The first subject is unlikely greetings cards.
Congratulations, you're 18 on a list of 20 people I'm going to kill.
My heart goes out in sympathy. I know your life is torn. I can't believe your dear, sweet mum caught you watching all that porn.
Congratulations on conquering your drug and alcohol dependency. We're having a party to celebrate, but you can't come.
I know you're green. I've done my bit. This card is made of recycled shit.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm locked up in Broadmoor and thinking of you.
Thinking of you at this difficult time has given me an erection.
You're moving. We've repossessed your house.
Now we play a round called Mock the Creek Without a Paddle. This game involves Hal and Josh, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is our stand-up challenge. I launch a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is the North-South divide. Hal.
The North-South divide, yes. I believe we should build a wall and make it official. I do. Obviously, you know, Northerners can build it. Well, pay for it. But it's all built on stereotypes. The assumptions are it's all built on stereotypes. Like, I have relatives in Grimsby who come to London and look for London to fulfil its stereotype. So they walk round going, "Oh, it's so unfriendly, no one chats to each other." And I say to them, why this constant need to chat? In Grimsby. I said to them, there was a little less chat and a bit more reading. Grimsby could be a cultural and economic superpower, it really could. The assumption is ridiculous, though. The assumption that everybody down south is rich is unfair. Like London, yes, very wealthy city. It's also got the biggest concentration of poverty in the UK is in London. That's a fact. Not me, thank God. God, no. Don't be silly. No. This goes tits up. Mummy bails me out. But, See, maybe that's why I've got a thing about this, because I am from a very middle-class southern family, and I am a bit of a middle-class southern twat. You know, we're one of those families that meet and everything is lovely. It's like, how are you? Are you well? Yes, I'm lovely. Are you lovely? I'm lovely too. We're not really lovely. We can't do confrontation, the middle classes. That's why you never see us on the Jeremy Kyle show. Ever. She's sleeping with your best mate! Well, obviously, I'm not happy about it, Jeremy. It'd be rubbish, wouldn't it? They're having a baby, she stole money off you to buy drugs. She is a bit of a character, isn't she?
Thank you very much, Hal. Well done. Now we're left with Josh. Let's see what you have. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is the home. Josh Whittaker.
My flatmate is kind of filling our kitchen full of all the kind of pointless things my mum has in her home now. I don't know if you've got... We've just got this tea bag saucer, the saucer for tea bags. It's a very useful item. If you haven't got it, what it is, it's a saucer that you keep halfway between your kettle and your bin. It's basically for when you make a cup of tea and then you get the tea bag, look across at the bin and go... I mean, that's a journey, isn't it? I mean, that's 3 or 4 yards. I mean, I need a stop-off. That's like driving to Leeds. I could drive timeless. Then you walk halfway, put your tea bag down, go back, pick up your cup of tea and walk past the bin and out the kitchen. All we've done is create a kind of tea bag death row. That's all we've done. We've got our tea bag sauce on our breakfast bar. If you haven't got a breakfast bar, what it is, it's an extra yard of sideboard. And it's for eating your breakfast. It's when you wake up in the morning, you want to eat your breakfast, but you think, bloody hell, it's too early for a table, isn't it? I mean, I can't handle one of them until lunchtime. I mean, what I want is something slightly higher and less comfortable. That's what I'm looking for here. There's one thing I don't want to eat at 8 a.m. It's a bar. That is the reason I feel so shit in the first place.
Well done to both of you. At the end of that round, points to both of you. Come on back. OK, here we go. The first subject is lines you wouldn't hear in a sci-fi movie.
Captain's Log, stardate 21:35. It's a Tuesday.
Actually, Jeremy Carl's just got the DNA results back. And apparently, Luke, I'm not your father.
Commander Skywalker, bad news. We left R2-D2 outside to stand guard, and the council took him away for emptying.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. I've seen attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I've seen...
There's a giant satsuma in front of the ship. Go to orange alert.
First, there were snakes on the plane. Now the British remake, Wasp in a car.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down now, I shall become more powerful. Get off, you prick!
What is it, Captain? I've never seen anything like it in my life. Of course not, Scotty. It's the sun.
Since you have got your laser gun trained on me, I've got a bit of stubborn hair just here.
Permission to beam down to the Forbidden Planet. No.
I can see dead people. That's because I'm watching UK TV Gold.
Here are the Sci-fi football results. R2-D2, C3P, 0.
Look at all those fading, dwindling stars, forced to eat bugs in a jungle.
If you leave our protection, you will almost definitely die. Scotty, do you still want independence?
Luke, I am your father. Go to your room.
Captain, I don't like it when you call me Spock face.
To boldly go where no man has gone before. Anne Widdecombe.
How many Klingons does it take to change a dilithium crystal? 10. 1 to change it, and the other 9 to chastise him for performing such a menial task when he's a member of a proud warrior race.
OK, now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely instructions.
Please do not use this electrical appliance while you're in the bath. Actually, you know what? Go on. If you're that dumb, I think we can afford to lose you.
Nick Clegg Feng Shui. Move everything to the right for an easier life.
Hot noodle. For best results, put back on the shelf.
If pain persists, see a doctor. Just make sure it's not Michael Jackson's doctor.
To light gas, first place match near buttocks.
One of these condoms has got a hole in it. Are you feeling lucky, punk?
Dale Farm yogurt. Contents may settle.
Please retain these assembly instructions in case you want to disassemble the furniture when you realise moving in with her wasn't the best move after all.
Instructions for sandwich toaster. Week 1, eat nothing but toasted sandwiches. Week 2, put in cupboard and never use again.
If unsure how to apply condom, take banana and beat erection with it till it goes away.
Enjoy your animal-shaped biscuits. Do not eat if seal is broken.
To reboot, pick up boots and put them on again.
Congratulations on your new bread maker. Ooh, I bet Kingsmill are quaking in their boots.
Game is over either when one player collects all cheeses or Daddy has a tantrum and kicks the board across the room.
Are your hands full, but you want to transfer 10 donuts?
OK. The next topic is unlikely agony aunt letters.
Dear Deirdre, why does semen make you fat?
Dear Deirdre, I have spent the last 6 months living with a beautiful woman. But yesterday, she found out.
Dear Deirdre, I swear Eastern European meerkats are trying to sell me car insurance. Am I going mad?
Dear Deirdre, last time I wrote to you, you told me that there was nothing wrong with masturbation. Why then, yesterday, did I get thrown off the bus?
My girlfriend's livid because I got drunk and did a shit on the roof. Please tell me, how can I wipe the slate clean?
I have terrible trust issues. Please help me, Deirdre, if that's your real name.
Dear Deirdre, my husband is pressurising me to try Alan. Also, how do I turn off predictive text?
Dear Deirdre, I have just bought a diesel VW and I am fuming.
My wife wants us to experiment in the bedroom, but last time we did that, the Bunsen burner singed my pubes.
Dear Deirdre, I can only achieve orgasm while writing a letter. Do you think it's... It doesn't matter.
Dear Deirdre, how do I turn off caps lock?
Dear Deirdre, look, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Is there any other tips on satisfying my wife?
As we own our own business, my wife and I often make love at work, and we love to try new positions. Tomorrow, I'm finance director, and she's head of IT.
Dear Deirdre, I have a mole on the end of my penis. How much trouble am I in with the RSPCA?
At the end of that round, the points go to Rob, Holly and Ed. Who's the kingmaker in parking in this country?
Is it NCP?
No, it's not NCP. Who's the one single individual who wields more power over parking in this country than anyone else?
Boris Johnson.
No. It is, according to Parking Review, it's Hugh Dennis.
Yeah. That's right.
This magazine, which was sent to me anonymously, Parking Review, features 10 separate photographs of Hugh Dennis on its pages at the moment.
Yeah, I did the National Parking Awards.
Who wins a National Parking Award?
They did Best Multi-Story. That was in there. Have you not done the National Parking Awards?
I've not done the National Parking Awards, and I didn't know that this was a bonus of it. I'm going to seek out the National Parking Awards.
So, sorry, when you say parking, do you mean, like, in a car, reversing into a slot? Yeah, is that your talk? Right, OK.
Yeah. They had awards, and Hugh handed them out.
I handed them out, yeah. Well, I gave them all tickets, to be honest. I did.
I get a feeling Hugh's not enjoying this.
Shawty. Sepp Blatter. Now we play a round called Mock the 9 o'clock news. This game involves Zoe, Stuart, Andy and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator, it settles on a topic, and anyone can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winners are the people I judge to produce the funniest stuff. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is finance. Can I have a volunteer to talk about that? Andy.
British Airways, their answer to the credit crunch, they've asked their employees, can you come into work for nothing for a month or take a month off unpaid? There's a tricky choice, isn't there? And who is going to want to fly British Airways? The last thing you want to hear when you get on the plane, this is your captain speaking. I'm not being paid today. Good luck. I am looking forward to seeing the credit crunch version of Monopoly. You know, instead of getting £1,500 from the bank, you have to lend the bank £1,500. And then everybody keeps on going round the board with nobody buying any property whatsoever, because they always think it's going to be cheaper next time they go around.
Well done, Andy. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is Sarah Palin. Who wants to talk about that?
Ah, Sarah Palin. She was apparently an ex-beauty queen of a town in Alaska called Wasilla. And the press were very keen on this. They kept saying, you know, the beauty queen, Sarah Palin, the ex-beauty queen, the beauty queen, Sarah Palin. Let me tell you something, people. Wasilla is a very, very small town. Population 8, possibly 9,000 people at the best of times. To call it a one-horse town is to over-exaggerate the number of horses in that town by one. They timeshare a horse with another shithole down the road. Now, my brother used to live in Anchorage, Alaska, and I have been to Wasilla, and in the 5 minutes it took us to drive across Wasilla, I was voted beauty queen of Wasilla. It was no big deal, honestly. An otter and a caribou came second and third, respect.
Thank you very much, Joey. That leaves us with Stuart and Russell. Let's spin the wheel again. The next topic is men's health. Who wants to come in on that? Russell.
I went to the doctors recently with anal issues. I thought I had cancer, not I can't put my CDs in order. But it's a terrifying moment, right? So scary, because in your head, I'm going to die. And I went there and I took down my trousers. Obviously, we had a chat first, and it just... I'm not very well. You see that, mate? This is a chip shop. You've never done it slower in your life. I was just peeling them down. I got them down to about there. Just heard his booming voice go, in the other room. You have a decision to make there. Do you pull them up or do you waddle with pride, right? You waddle, that's what you do. When you waddle, you can't help but giggle. The last thing you need is to be giggling is before a man's going to pop his finger in your Richard, because now you're a wiggling target, right? I'll be honest, when the finger goes in, you're not laughing anymore! You're like a red arrow! And that's the moment they chat. How you doing? Fine. When you draw the curtains, we've gathered quite a crowd. Look at that, it's Atrium Steps and he's getting violated. I'm Russell!
OK, Stuart, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is school.
You are looking at a very proud Canadian who's very proud of the education system in Canada. No, I was horrible in school. I failed math so many times I can't even count. I preferred French over chemistry because the chemistry teacher and I just didn't have any, rapport. One teacher said I'd be a better student if I spent less time flirting. I immediately jumped off his lap. One teacher used to always say I wasn't very observant, but you know what? That was his or her opinion. I was going to join the debating team, but someone talked me out of it. In high school, I was voted most likely to reminisce.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Zoe and Stuart. Our next round is called Headliners. Here's a picture of America's former power couple, Bill and Hillary Clinton. But what does CADC stand for?
Is it cheerleaders' arse distracts Clintons?
I think they're saying goodbye to Barack Obama. Cheerio and don't call.
Clinton's assassination dreams continue.
Clinton announces deepening chlamydia.
How about Clintons accept defeat childishly?
What, how would you do it? Would you just go, oh, you're the winner, you're the winner. I'm Barack Obama.
Is it Carl?
Is it chimpanzee and Maisie's drugged couple? He's just like that. Oh, 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 and they're like.
That would amaze me. I'm sorry, no drugs involved, but that would amaze if a chimp went. You go. That is one hot chimp.
Come on, that would amaze you if you can train them to move a piano.
or make tea.
To be honest, how much money
sure.
would you love to go to London Zoo just to see one day a pole dancer training a monkey how to dance? Let's do it. We've got clout.
When he's in the highest office now, when you're premier.
To be honest, that is number one on the list.
Is it Clinton's address Democratic Convention?
It is, of course. Well done, Hugh. There you go.
Can I say that the jam thing irritates me, though, because the jam thing is that we've been told there's an opportunity for Britons to sell jam to Europe.
Yes.
Right? That's the big opportunity, right? And all the Twitter comments were trying to sell jam to the French, all the French provide all of that. But they do, but we make really good jam. We make really, really good jam. And I hate this thing.
Doing down the country.
Yeah. No, whereby everything that comes from France is more sophisticated. Their jam just comes from a big jam factory near Marseille. I mean, when I was a kid, we all thought ski yoghurt was incredibly sophisticated. It was made in Swansea.
When you started that, I thought, where's he going with this? And it's just like, oh, he just loves jam.
French jam is really complicated. I mean, it's not good because you go to Waitrose.
Jesus Christ.
You just want a jar of raspberry jam. Can you find it? You can find framboise. What the fuck is that?
It's food. Oh, OK. Oh, very similar topics. I once went to a buffet in Reading, and that's not even the joke. It was organised by a woman called Wendy, and it was so beige. It was so bland. It was like a buffet representation of Reading. I looked across this buffet, right? They put out sausage rolls, right? Sausage rolls, right? Where they just whipped off the cellophane and put the corrugated plastic straight down on the table. Like we were dogs! Then we had Scotch eggs, right? Scotch eggs cut into quarters. Apparently no one can eat a whole one. Then we had breadsticks displayed in a pint glass. I thought I was at a fucking UKIP rally. Then she starts putting down cold pizza slices next to wontons. No one's mixed Italian and Chinese cuisine like that since Marco Polo. Then she brought out the quadrant of dips. You know, the 4 dips. The 4 dips of the apocalypse. The white one. The other white one. Then there's a green one. What's that? Guacamole. Then there's a pink one. What's that made of? Sillet bang? I was just glad to have something made of some sort of colour. Anyway, it was a terrible buffet, but thank you very much, Wendy.
Who made a typically colourful speech at the conference?
Can I just ask one question?
Oh, my God.
Is it how
Why
they get the little
isn't
there?
Why isn't there orange jam?
Marmalade is...
No, that's not jam. That's got bits in.
Yeah, I'm happy to move on as well. And I'll give you a clue. The answer is Boris Johnson. Who?
It was Boris Johnson.
Shut up. I have to ask the question first. Let's stick to the conventions of normal language. Who made a typically colourful speech at the conference?
Was it Hugh about jam?
OK. The topic is drinking.
Now, according to police, right, apparently in nightclubs, 1 in 20 drinks are spiked. Now, I was thinking this could give you a little excuse not to go into work the next day. Phone up work, I can't come in, my drink was spiked. How do you know? Well, I had 20 of them. One of them must have been. Of course, if you go and see your doctor now, they give you a little test, don't they? My doctor, he said to me the other day, he said, how many units of alcohol have you had this week? I said, 21. He said, that's not bad. The maximum's 28. I was thinking it was bloody lucky I saw him on the Monday.
OK, let's see what we've got left for Frankie. Let's spin the wheel again. And it's drinking.
As a teetotal alcoholic, that should be quite good. I drink energy drinks now. It's good that they've finally managed to can anxiety. It's good that there's a drink that gives me the resting heart rate of a serial killer who's just spotted that there's a sale on at B&Q. I hate this thing where Guinness always go, oh, we're the national drink of Ireland. Yeah, you're the national drink of a nation of alcoholics. That's like saying that you're Gary Glitter's favourite search engine. I'm teetotal, right? A concept which Scottish people don't understand. So I did a gig in Fife, and I was on stage, and this guy was going up to the bar, and he went, hey, I'll get you a drink as well. And I went, well, I used to be an alcoholic, so I don't drink anymore, but thanks anyway. And he looked at me for a bit, and then he went, a pint of lager shandy?
Frankie Boyle. And the topic is food. Oh, there you go.
Now, this is one of my favourite topics because I actually hate restaurants. And my wife loves restaurants. She's middle class. She's been skiing and everything. And she loves a restaurant. She says, can we go to a restaurant at the weekend? And I say, yes, we can. And we're barely there 2 minutes, and she's like, isn't it a lovely ambiance? And I say to her, I don't know what you're talking about. I've worked out what an ambiance is. It's a night out about poor people, isn't it, basically? It's people with a few quid to say, can we just have one night out about the poor people turning up? You know what they're like. They'll be banging spoons together, singing Mailman's a Dustman, creating an atmosphere. We want an ambiance. So we try and enjoy the ambiance. But something's happened spoiling it for me. There's no tomato sauce on the table. Creating the situation when my wife looked at me, she said, you're going to ask for tomato sauce, aren't you? I said, yes, I am. Because I'm going to have the risotto. You can't eat risotto without red sauce, it's too dry. It's a health and safety issue. You've got to zhuzh it up with a bit of red sauce, right? So I thought, I'm not having it. I said to the waitress, excuse me, do you have any ketchup in the building? She's looked at me like I'm the worst pleb God has ever put breath in. She went off to the kitchen and I saw her making her way back with a pot about that big, about 2 chipfuls of tomato sauce. I thought, oh, here we go. She's tried to put it down and walk away like she's doing a drug deal or something. And I stopped her. I said, hold on, love, don't rush off. And I took a sip of it. And I looked at her, I said, yes, I'll have a bottle, please.
Things you wouldn't hear on a TV cookery show.
Hi, I'm Nigella Lawson, and before I bake any cake, I like to chop my flour into lines.
You can see that's rising nicely. It does that every time I think about how much money Channel 4 are going to pay me.
Hello and welcome to Can't Cook, Won't Cook. Today we won't be making anything. Goodbye.
Coming up next on Saturday Kitchen, whatever we want, because we know you're too hungover to change the channel.
This is a hot pot.
This is a fucking hot pot!
So, if you want to bone a chicken, what you need to do, take it on a couple of dates, and then invite it back, put on some romantic music, and let nature take its course.
There is a bit of a problem on this week's food and drink. I've finished all of it.
This is a Thai chicken curry, or as I like to call it, hot Asian cock.
OK, Sam, let's see what you've brought in your bag of ingredients. It is a pint of wine and a large Malteser.
Right, welcome to Southern Cooking for Northerners. First up, quinoa. What is it and why it can fuck off?
Well, if you're going to pop it in, don't forget to cover it first. I didn't, and that's why I'm making paternity payments.
Hello, I'm Greg Wallace, and this series of MasterChef, we won't be using plates. We'll just be eating off my shiny, shiny head.
Hello, it's Nigella Lawson here again. I'm just going to say the word spatchcock for no reason. Spatchcock.
Anyone can make this. You can't, Beatrice. Sorry, you can't beat rice.
Let's just all go home. Yeah, let's just go home.
Welcome. Welcome to Great Indian Bake Off. I'm Paul Bollywood.
Hello, I'm Jamie Oliver. Welcome to my new show, Stick a Bit of Fucking Sugar in It.
In other news, what could happen to drunk air passengers in the future?
They might sober up.
Yeah.
They're complaining drunks are getting on planes. They make you wait for 2 hours in a pub. That's just a brilliant pub that happens to have good transport links.
It is true, though, isn't it? It's the only time you see people sort of 3 o'clock in the morning in an airport pub just going, oh, I'll have a bacon sandwich and 4 pints of Stella. That seems to make sense, doesn't it? We're here. As soon as you take away windows, all responsibility goes, doesn't it? It can be any time I want it to be.
Totally agree. I saw a guy, this was out of order, 7 a.m, having a Wagamama's. What the hell are you doing?
You're right, you're right.
What is going wrong in your life? There's a guy drinking a Guinness, looking across, going, he's got problems.
It's only a problem on planes, though, is it? It's not a problem in airports, is it? And it's only a problem on planes if you get so drunk that you go, right, you, outside, now.
But they always say that people get drunk and try to open the doors. Presumably you can't actually open those doors.
I don't think someone can just run around... The doors, obviously, they can't be open, otherwise we'd all still be on the last plane we got onto. You can't, but you can't in a kind of a, hello, you're a very pretty... who says, whoa! That big roundy bun doesn't go from... Whoa! Give me a call! James Orlando. What honour was the actor Nicolas Cage given this year?
Oh, Nicolas Cage, right? He's actually going to be able to turn the Christmas lights on in Bath.
This, by the way, aren't the lights in Bath. This is...
Apparently, what happened was...
Those are the lights in Dundee.
Somebody actually put a note through his door. He's got a house in Bath, and he's agreed to turn on the lights. I put a note through Cheryl Cole's door, and apparently that's a matter for the police.
Do you know what's really weird about this story?
Not only is it incredible that they've got Nicolas Cage to do it, but also there must have been an incredibly uneasy phone call to Barry Chuckle. Yeah, sorry, Barry, Nicolas Cage is doing it.
Well,
maybe they gave him a part in an action movie where he knocks out Vin Diesel by turning round quickly with a plank.
Do you know what's really awkward about this story? This is genuinely true. Until last week, I was doing it.
Really?
I was there. Yeah. And then from nowhere, Cage has just jumped. It's funny. All my relatives like, do you want us to sort him out? No, I don't want you to sort him out. Because we'll go around there and mess him up. Don't mess him up.
Because you were originally up for the part in Face Off as well, weren't you?
And what's really funny about it is the lady that posted the letter through the door is the exact lady that went, oh, we'd love you to do it. You'd be great. And then I read in the paper without even telling me, the big Nicholas... You bitch.
about 10 years ago, I switched on the Christmas lights in Kidderminster.
Wow!
And because I've been rude.
Could be there are Christmas lights in Kidderminster.
Yeah.
Were you asked to do this?
Yeah, because
He's rude again! We had Bruce Willis!
we've been rude about Kidderminster on television. Got a letter from the Kidderminster Tourist Board or whatever saying, would you come and switch on the Christmas lights? So you think, oh, that'd be great, I'd love to do that. But you don't actually do it. Because what they do is they give you one of those enormous pretend switches, right? And you have to kind of go like this on a balcony to a crowd below, and you kind of go, I'm going to press the thing now. And you press it, and as you press it, a bloke in a room behind turns on a switch. So you're not doing it.
So hang on a minute, so that bloke's going to be me. I'm going to be the
Right. So you were asked to do it because you were rude about it?
Because I was rude about Kidderminster. I also did a joke once about Wolverhampton and got invited on a tour of Wolverhampton.
I'm thinking bigger than that. If I slag off Jessica Alba, do I get a tour of Jessica Alba?
Well, apparently Bristol wanted to have Bruce Willis switching on their lights, but then they remembered that he tends to get into a lot of trouble around Christmas time.
Now we play a round called Harry Potter and the Wheel of News. This game involves Hugh, Andy, Frankie and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator, it settles on a topic, and anyone can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is alternative medicine. Can I have a volunteer to talk about that? Andy.
Apparently, a lot of people trying to get into therapy at the moment, other people knocking it, saying, you know, oh, well, you should just lose your inhibitions, talk about your problems to your friends. I thought I'd try this. I talked about my problems to my friends for a whole hour. Lost my inhibitions, also lost my friends. I now tell my problems to taxi drivers. 2 advantages in this. 1, it stops the taxi driver from telling you his problems. And 2, it's amazing how much quicker you get to your bloody destination.
Well done, Andy Parsons. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is the media. Who wants to come into that? Russell.
I'll do that. I'd see, you know, the way I like getting the news is Radio 5 Live. It's fantastic, 'cause it's just news and nutters, isn't it? They'll read out, like, that was the Pope's view on abortion, and then, hello, Felicity Puddleduck here, livid and ill-informed. I'd just like to say those harlots should give birth to their children aged 2 that charged you to national service. I'm off to bake a cake. And sat there listening, and then the next night, David, are you out of your mind? Cloning? Think it through. 2 versions of me. Want to go out and commit a crime? Who gets blamed for it? Me! I'm doing it 20 straight. He's banging my wife. Where's the justice? And you sat there listening to these nutters, and then the most ridiculous story. A man in Bristol's found the face of Jesus on a crisp. And suddenly, I couldn't believe how you put up my frazzles. There he was!
Russell Howard. OK, the losers Hugh and Frankie. The next topic is sport.
Do you know, I've heard a rumour that horse racing may not be completely honest. It's unbelievable, isn't it? But how do you stop the corruption? Well, one solution may be to call horses something like mafia-backed second favourite. Because if everyone did that, everyone would be confused, no one would know who to bet on, and the whole thing would be fair again. And they're off, and the first to show is blatantly bribed, followed by mafia-backed second favourite. They're just ahead of Dope to the Gills, Mysterious Limp, and just behind them, Out for a Canter, and I'll Fall at the Fifth. And as they come to the fifth, I'll Fall at the Fifth has fallen. I'll Fall at the Fifth has fallen at the fifth in a magnificent display of cheating, and they're coming into the final furlong. Mysterious Limp is slowing, Out for a Canter is clearly struggling, but coming through strongly is mafia-backed second favourite, and as they cross the line, mafia-backed second favourite has won it, which is remarkable, seeing as he has no head. That's been left in someone's bed for tomorrow morning.
Well done, you. Well done, you. OK, Frankie, let's see what you've been left with. And it's environment.
Didn't that used to be an advert for mints? Ryanair getting a hard time from the environmental lobby because they've launched a £7 flight to New York. Although, as always with Ryanair, it does land slightly outside New York, in Dublin. It's a pity we can't harness more natural energy, isn't it? Pity we can't harness the power of British moaning. Oh no, that moaning-powered light bulb's on the blink again. Oh no, there it is, back on. Everyone complained about the floods, didn't they? I like storms. I like thunder and lightning. What I like to do during a storm is shag my girlfriend and pretend that we're taking part in the conception of the Antichrist.
Frankie Boyle, ladies and gentlemen. And in that round, the points go to Frankie and you. Now we come to our final quickfire round called Scenes We'd Like to See. This is for everyone, so if you can make your way to the performance area, please. I caught ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come in with their suggestions. OK, here we go. The first subject is bad things to hear from a tour guide.
Please don't take photos of the natives because they believe that you're taking part of their soul. Apart from that, enjoy Norwich.
Hello, my name's Janet. I'm your holiday rep, and basically, I'll be giving out morning after pills like they were Smarties.
Good morning. I'm afraid this is the loudest.
Venice is a most historical city, famous for its... Oh, shit, it's flooded. Everyone get back on the bus.
A lot of you will be wondering why there are so many wonderful foreign treasures on display here at the British Museum. And the answer is quite simple, really. Gun beats spear.
Don't worry, this castle does cater for the disabled. They bring you a sandwich while the rest of us go up the steps to look at it.
Let's have a little song, shall we?
Coming up later on, we've got the topless donkey derby and who's got the funniest willy competition. Yes, it's going to be the best saga holiday you've ever had.
I know that a lot of you can't bear to leave Thailand, which is why I've hidden drugs randomly in your luggage.
And as we enter the next room, I need you all to be very quiet because we have technically broken in.
If you need anything at all, I'll be under your bed.
And if you look out of the window on your left, you'll see the side of the road that we should be driving on.
Of course, you have to respect local customs. On the right-hand side, you'll see a woman being burnt at the stake, and on the left, Dundee Town Hall.
Well, this is the deepest, darkest bit of the caves. And unless you give me £20 each, it's where you're staying.
And according to Wikipedia, the East Wing was built in the year Dougie is a homo.
We're now leaving the green zone. Pop on your flak jackets. This is the real Baghdad.
An adult and 2 children is £10. But enough about my trip to Cambodia.
Our next topic is unlikely things to hear on a breakfast show.
If the woman I picked up last night is watching, help yourself to cereal, but get out of the flat by the time I get home.
And now it's time for Thought for the Day. That was a good one.
You're listening to Six Music. Yes, you. Just you.
Welcome to Travel Report. We've got a text here from Dave on the M5 who says, ha ha ha, every morning you leave for work, I pop round and shag your wife.
So if you're trying to get in via Junction 2, stop it. It's against nature, and the Bible says no.
Next, we speak to Fern Britton about having her stomach stapled, this time to an enormous chocolate cake.
In other traffic news, if you're on the M11 headed towards Middlesbrough, I would turn around because it's a shithole.
Hello! I'm doing a survey into the effects of replacing milk on your Weetabix with Red Bull!
And we can see there's been an accident northbound on the M1, and it is a beauty.
Welcome to Radio Tourette's, you shit monkeys.
You may think of it as a breakfast show. I had mine at 4:30.
Later, Vanessa Feltz will be joining me on the settee, and I'll be bouncing through the fucking ceiling.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Frankie, Hugh and Jack. Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask Hugh to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the Prince of Wales.
Right, here we go. Next pub, 5 down, 4 to go, 6 pints in each. Oh, what an enormous television. You can put your hand right through it. How do you do that? Is it 3D? It's very real. Look.
That's because we are real, you see. This is a serving hatch in a pub.
Yes, I knew that. Anyway, I tell you what, I'll have a pint of that, please.
That is a charity collecting tape.
Yes, I knew that. In that case, I'll have